For this YouTube video, we're putting the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 to the test with the dark fantasy RPG, Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. Our primary goal is to assess its performance at a standard 1080p resolution. To begin, we're diving in with the game's low graphics preset, aiming for a baseline performance measurement. During our testing session, the GTX 1650 was consistently utilized at around 95%, indicating that Tainted Grail was not pushing the GPU to its limits at these settings. We observed that the card's temperature remained remarkably low, staying below 60 degrees Celsius throughout gameplay. This speaks to the efficiency of the cooling solution on this particular GTX 1650 model. Furthermore, the GPU was running at its maximum advertised boost clock speed of 1950 MHz, ensuring we were getting the best possible performance from the silicon. VRAM usage was also very economical, consuming less than 3 GB of the available memory. This is excellent news for a 4 GB card, leaving plenty of headroom. Finally, the power draw remained low at a modest 60 watts, making it an incredibly power-efficient option. With these parameters, we achieved a smooth average of 45 frames per second, providing a very playable experience. For our next test, we will be going with medium preset with DLSS at 55%. Onto the medium preset in Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon, we were pleasantly surprised to find that the GTX 1650 maintained a very consistent performance profile, with no significant drop compared to our earlier low preset tests. The GPU continued to be utilized, around 95%, indicating it was working comfortably to render the increased graphical detail. Impressively, the temperature remained well below 60 degrees Celsius, showcasing excellent thermal management even under sustained load. The card consistently hit its maximum boost clock speed of 1950 MHz, delivering peak performance. VRAM consumption remained efficient, staying under 3 GB, which is fantastic for a 4 GB card and ensures no memory bottlenecks. The power draw also held steady at a very efficient 60 watts. Overall, this resulted in an average frame rate of 40 to 45 FPS. During our next test, we will be increasing the preset to high with DLSS at 65%. This time, texture and vegetation quality was also set to high. Stepping up to the high preset, we conducted our tests in both indoor and expansive outdoor environments within the game. Indoors, we observed approximately a 10% performance drop in frame rates compared to the medium preset, with occasional dips below the 40 FPS mark. The GPU's utilization remained high at around 95%, which, while not quite reaching its 99% maximum, still indicated comfortable yet significant load. Thermally, the GTX 1650 continued to impress, staying well below 60 degrees Celsius. The GPU consistently maintained its maximum boost clock speed of 1950 MHz, ensuring it pushed every ounce of performance. As expected with higher settings, VRAM usage increased, now hovering around 3.5 GB. This is still manageable for a 4 GB card but closer to its limits. The power draw also saw a slight increase to 65 watts. Ultimately, on high settings, we achieved an average of 38 to 40 FPS, which, while not, was slightly higher than what we saw in our outdoor test. This time, the frame dropped to 37 to 38 range. A slight increase in power draw was witnessed, while all other parameters remained the same. Overall, in high preset, the game was comfortably playable. In our next test, we will be testing the game in high preset with DLSS off. This time, we were getting variable frame rates from 38 to 50 frames per second. On the other hand, GPU power draw increased to 80 watts, indicating that without DLSS, it required higher power to render the frames. On average, we achieved 45 frames per second in our test. Finally, our conclusion is that for GTX 1650 owners, This game is playable at 1080p Full HD resolution.
Be